If you want to put something out there, if you want to create something and share it with the world, whether that's a business, whether that's a form of art, whether that is another form of expressing yourself creatively or sharing your message, but you hold yourself back because you think that there's so many people who do the same thing, because there's so many people in my niche, there's so many people in my genre, then you need to remind yourself that there's nothing new under the sun. Everyone who inspires you has learned something from someone else. Everyone who is a history maker, who's been a very inspirational figure on this planet and that we or see as that. I mean, everyone has a different perspective on that, but all the greats, all the legends, so to say, they all learned from other people, and they all had to learn the basics. And you have to just learn the basics for yourself and then create your own thing by adding your own flavor, your own flair, your own spirit to it. And nobody can express it like you. And that's the thing that makes you so unique, because you might think, oh, I'm just 1 in a million or 1 in a billion. But yes, you're 1 in a billion. There will never be someone like you anymore. There never has been someone like you. And there will never be anyone who's exactly like you again, ever in this entire existence. Not like you are in this body right now. Your spirit, yes, it's infinite. I don't know where it's going after this, but now I'm here as me. I'm here as Law. And you're here as you. And nobody is like you. And there are people who will be attracted to your energy when you start to express it and when you start to put it out. When they start to know that you exist. And they rather want to learn it from you than someone else, because they're more in resonance with who you are than the other person. And for the other person, there's people who want to learn more from them, because those people are then more in resonance with them. So you don't even have to be afraid that there's a scarcity or that there's a lack of people who would be interested in what you have to offer or what you have to share, because there's so many people and everyone has a different way of learning. Everyone has a different way of resonating with people, you know? Some people like that, some people like that. Some people, same with music. Some people love rock music, some people hate rock music. Some people love reggae. I love reggae. Some people hate reggae, you know? Although it's very high vibrational. Some people love classical music, some people can't stand it. I love classical music, by the way, too. So maybe we're in the same wave with the music, too. But it doesn't matter, because for each group, for each thing, there's plenty of people who resonate with that. And there's different energies, different frequencies, and you will always attract people who are on the same... Oh, a little sweat coming in the eye. It's very hot out here. You will always attract people who are in resonance with who you are. And they will love your imperfection as well. Just like me. Like I'm never cutting this. I could have made a new video, cut this out, but I'm going to just be honest. Like, I just had sweat in my eye and it hurt a bit. But the point is that there's many people out there who will appreciate what you share, who will be touched by what you share, who will be transformed by what you share. And they will want to learn it from you, because nobody can explain it like you and nobody can do it like you. Nobody can express it like you. And that's what it's about, allowing yourself to express your creativity. And same with the music example. Even if you go into the genre of rock, there's millions of rock musicians out there. And there's millions of fans going to different concerts. Some people go to AC/DC. Some people go to Guns N' Roses. Some people go to something different, and some people go to all of them, you know? Like, there's an abundance of opportunities. There's an abundance of people. There's an abundance of everything. But you just have to change that belief inside of yourself and stop holding yourself back because you think there's nobody who will want to learn from you. And again, there's nothing new under the sun. All the pros had to learn the basics from someone else who taught it to them, whether in person or through books or through courses or whatever it is. And then they brought their own flair, their own style to it. Same with athletes. Michael Jordan, he learned from something. I think from Dr. J was his biggest experience. Kobe learned from Michael Jordan. And then they brought their own techniques, their own style to it, you know. And then they became Kobe. Then they became Michael Jordan. And Dr. J learned from someone else as well. And same with the musicians. Miles Davis, one of the greatest jazz legends, he definitely learned from someone else as well. You know, I don't know who he learned from, because he's known as one of the godfathers of jazz, but he definitely learned from someone. And then he brought his own energy to it. He brought his spirit to it. And that's what made him unique. And that's why there will never be another Miles Davis in the entire history of mankind. And the same goes with you. You can learn the basics and then bring your own flair to it. And there will never be anyone like you in the entire existence of mankind. So why not use this time that you have, this life that you have, the gifts, the unique gifts that you have within that want to be expressed for you in your unique way, and start sharing that or start creating that. You don't even have to do it on the web. You don't have to do everything on the internet. There will be, it's a great tool because it can reach more people, and it's part of our life right now. Like almost everybody has social media, and there's a lot of crap out there. So if you're one of those people who hates on the crap, maybe that is just a sign for you to start creating what you desire to see, right? Be the change that you want to see in the world, like Gandhi said. I also recently heard that the quote goes a little different, but that's the mainstream quote, right? Be the change you want to see in the world. But that's really it, like that's the beautiful thing about seeing what you dislike as well, because it allows you to say, man, I don't like that, but I'm not going to complain about this. Let me do it my way. Let me do it in a way that I feel would actually benefit the world instead of destroy the world. And everything is either destructive or constructive. There's power and force. Great book, by the way, Power versus Force by Dr. David Hawkins, that everything is either built on power, which is connected to love, the higher frequency emotions, gratitude, peace, or there's force. Everything that's connected to the lower emotions, guilt, shame, hatred, suppression, oppression, that's built on force. And when you look into leadership, there's also people who try to use control to manipulate, to suppress people and use their power from a state of force. But there's also leaders who show up in a way of love. They come from love. They share their truth. They share universal truths from a state of integrity, from a state of love. And power is always more powerful than force. Power will always win over force. Force might take the overhand for some time, but everything that's built on force will fall at some point. And everything that's connected to love has the power to expand over time. It stays forever. That's why songs that are connected to love, that are, for example, Bob Marley's music, is still alive. Although he died, I think in the 80s, over almost 50 years ago. And same with like the great people of our history, Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi. I don't like there's a list of those people, Those are the people whom we quote, whom we keep on passing on those teachings because they came from a high spiritual energy. Or if you want to go into religion, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, their teachings live on, And there's also a good saying, I think Gandhi said that too, that he said, I don't care too much about your Christ. Wrong quotation. I don't care so much about your Christianity, but I like your Christ. And what that means is try to be Christ-like instead of following the rigid rules of how you're supposed to live your life. Try to be Buddha-like, try to be Muhammad-like, and embrace their qualities and try to be them yourselves. Because there are a lot of people who follow religions, who preach and tell people what they're doing wrong, but they're not living it themselves, and they're actually going against what they're being taught, Kind of drifted off a side note, but what I wanted to say is embody your truth and come from a state of love and share your unique gift to the world, and stop letting belief holding you back that you're not worthy, that you're not enough, or that there's not enough people who will love you for who you are. Because even if you can touch one people with your message, you already done your job, And if you touch that one person, it can touch the next person, and it has a ripple effect. And we influence way more people in our lives than we think we do. And it's your choice to either influence them in a positive way, with power, with love, or in a negative way, with force, or all the other lower emotions that are based in control. So, yeah, just let this inspire you to stop creating something and share what wants to be expressed for you, because all that I know is that there will never be someone like me, and there will never be someone like you. And I'm not more special than you, and you're not more special than me. If there's somebody special out there, then we're all special. And if there's no one special out there, then no one is special, you know? But we all are special. It's just about recognizing the specialness that we have inside of us, the specialness that's inside of you. And that's what I want you to inspire with this. That's the purpose of this video, to inspire you to connect to your specialness and allow yourself to share that, because that's what you're here for. And it would be sad if you died and just let that die with you inside. One of my favorite teachers, Wayne Dyer, said, don't die with your music inside. So let your music out, let your art out, create a business that helps people, that serves people, that's based on integrity. And let's start changing the world and create the world we wish to see, instead of always complaining about what's going wrong. Because it's much needed in this time. It's much needed that we have people who lead from a state of power and genuine love. And if you're watching this, I'm sure that you're one of those people, but you just probably still hold back from stepping into that. So allow yourself to step into that. I hope this was helpful. And if you need some assistance with these topics we've talked about, because a lot of times there are conflicting beliefs with what we say that we want or what we want to create, I've created something called the Root Pattern Decoder, which is a tool that helps you to identify those limiting beliefs that are in conflict with what you say that you want to create, that you want to put out, so that you can see them and start transforming them. Instead of them working against you, you start to work with them together. You can get it in the link in the description. And apart from that, I thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I am Law Heru, and this is the way of law. One love.